What's going on, family? This is Aaron B. from the Black Astronauts Podcast Network. Something is different right now. You're not hearing the BAP. What you are hearing is a new series that we're going to be doing where we're going to be highlighting podcasts and giving them an opportunity to possibly become on the network. So what we're going to do is talk to my homeboy, DJ Duro, do a small untitled interview show, and then we're going to drop his show and let y'all choose. So if y'all really like what is going on in this show, go ahead and go to www.blackastronauts.com or email us blackastronautspodcast@gmail.com. So on to the show. And welcome to Aaron's mini untitled interview show. This is a podcast where I'll talk to, wait a minute, it's not an Aaron's Untitled interview show. This is a new series that we're doing where we're giving other podcasts some shine, man. Like a lot of the BAP, we pride ourselves on reaching out and helping the community as much as possible. And today is no exception. This is a podcast that I've been bugging this man to start for literally 2 years. He finally did it, and it's my homeboy DJ Duro, 1/3 of the Fatherhood Fraternity. What's good, bro?
What's good, my brother? Even just starting off, first, thank you for giving me this platform just to speak to the people and encouraging me to actually follow through with this podcast. And we've only been a couple episodes in, but it's been a blessing already. So I appreciate you having the foresight and keeping me honest on it. So thank you, sir.
No problem, bro. You know that's what I'm here for, is a bug. All of my friends will eventually have podcasts, so I can eventually start my mega network with my 42 podcasts that I've all secretly started behind the scenes.
Just to insert a diabolical laugh right there.
But you playing though.
Right.
Nah, but yeah, man, like as you can tell, me and DJ Duro are more than just like podcast homies. We've known each other probably 20 years at this point?
Yeah, it's been about 20.
Goodness, don't ask about the infamous Black Planet pages from back in the day.
Freestyling and them Dayton boys and all that stuff.
Oh, boy, not them Dayton boys. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, God, hopefully that all go delete. That page needs to be deleted immediately.
Yeah, I checked. It's gone.
Yes, thank God. Because, woo. Anyway, but as I was saying earlier, the Fatherhood Fraternity is something that caught my ear. Normally, I don't I always get podcasts, like 5 podcasts, right? Like, because I don't want that hurt. Like, if they stop, if I really get interested in it and they stop doing it, you know? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to give it 5 episodes before I really dig in. But I couldn't help it with y'all, man. Like, not, blowing any smoke, man. Like, y'all were genuinely, engaging in a way that you don't hear many fatherhood podcasts do.
Right.
You when you think about fatherhood podcasts, you're gonna think about a lot of misogyny, a lot of transphobia, homophobia. Like you're gonna catch it.
Right.
A lot of times. And what caught me off guard is the amount of love that you all mentioned and nurturing and stuff that you don't really hear from us. So I'm done speaking about it. Tell me what the Fatherhood Fraternity is.
Okay, so you're right, especially when it comes to fatherhood, Black men, barbershop talk. There's a lot of misogyny involved usually, and we are trying to be the opposite of that by having a safe space. Fatherhood Fraternity is made as a safe space for Black men or fathers, period, to just talk, express, and get some of their questions out without having to feel like they're being dogged or judged. As Black men being fathers, we're all going through this experience, but sometimes we doubt or anxiety will make us feel like it's only us that's ever going through this. So to prevent all of that, I want to be able to have a safe space where we can have dialogue and we can just chat. If there's a question that I'm going through, there's 350 other guys in the group chat that can either be going through it or have been through it or will be going through it, and it'll be helpful. And I feel that will translate into this audio version of this podcast, and we'll be able to discuss things that are not just like, hey, I whooped my son last week. Nah, let's talk about, man, I feel like I'm happy that me and my wife are together and we're both trying to educate our children,
Right.
and how I
Yes.
feel about this and how much love I felt when I first saw my child. Like those things that aren't very promoted in our community. I just felt like there's an empty space for it.
Yeah, man. And I was shocked. Like I've been a part of the Facebook group since day one. But like it's been a couple. It's been almost 2 years.
Hmm.
How old is baby girl?
My daughter is 2 months, 2 years, and I
Yeah.
think 3 months.
So
Yes, I made it
longer
around
than
that time.
yeah,
Yep.
longer than 2 years actually.
Yep. Yep.
And I haven't ever seen any, excuse my language, any fuck shit going on in a group. Like, cause there's been other fatherhood groups I've had to leave, where it's been
Yeah, I
like,
have to.
bro, where it's like, oh yeah, all of a sudden we're gonna put all these pictures of some large chested women. Like
Yeah.
what? Where does this have to do with fatherhood, dog?
Yeah.
Like most of the people in there are genuine people, and it's really interesting to see that be engaged in that way. You know.
Right. And there's a lot of the other stuff everywhere else that we don't need to just be the same as everywhere else. We can be a little bit different and have a calm space. Like
Yes.
we we can we can really wild out anywhere. But can there be a space where we're just like chilling, like uh and not have to worry about the extra masculinity or trying to puff up our chest to show who's the biggest man or the best man. Like we're all equals in that group chat, and it's not something where it's like, yeah, I got more money than y'all, I got a higher position of a job than y'all. Nobody's like that in that group chat.
So one of the things I'm trying to do, hopefully y'all listen either way, but hopefully we can try and talk these fools into maybe doing a couple more guest spots, maybe popping up a little bit more. Because, like I said before, the vibe I got, especially the first episode, is what it just caught my ear because I wasn't like, you sent me the zero recording, and I was like,
Hmm.
ooh, okay. But that first recording, it felt like y'all got it,
Yeah.
and I just, like I said, I wish you nothing but success. But
Thank you.
tell the people why they should listen to the Fatherhood Fraternity. Don't go nowhere. It's coming up next.
I mean, I think that Fatherhood Fraternity will be able to expand and touch upon so many different things that we haven't really got a chance to speak on, or we're not even asked to speak on. And I think that not only will the men who are fathers enjoy this, men who are wanting to be fathers, men who are grandfathers, men who are uncles or father figures, and women who love men, women who love to hear men express themselves or seeing the camaraderie between men. I think it'll be able to fit everybody. It's not as exclusive as our Facebook group chat. Like this is where everybody can hear what we're speaking about or our topics. And I think that it's necessary in our community to be able to be heard. I think it's necessary in our community to listen. And I think that this will be able to touch on a lot of things. And these episodes will be like evergreen episodes. Whoever catches on to it at some point, they can go back and it'll still be relevant to the day that they heard it.
Right.
We're not going to just talk about stuff that is hot for that week and then it means nothing the next year. These you'll be able to connect with at any time.
Yeah, man. So definitely go check them out. Where can they find you at right now? Like if they want to catch the rest of the episodes
Yeah.
ASAP, where can they go?
Search Fatherhood Fraternity is all spelled the correct way. No extra Z's, no extra dots, dashes, or anything like that. Fatherhood, one word. Fraternity, one word. Search for us on Spotify. You can find us on SoundCloud, limited on SoundCloud. You can find us on Facebook,
Y'all on iTunes too, right?
iTunes,
Yeah.
correct. And you can even see the audio on. You can hear the audio on YouTube. So
Awesome.
those are some places you can hear us, and you can see us on IG on Father Fraternity, all one word, and we want you to interact with us on there also.
Yeah, and if you want to go see my cute baby girl, she's on there somewhere.
Yeah, we
So
make sure that we support our people. If you're a black man, tag us with the hashtag Fatherhood Fraternity. If you have a picture with you and your kids, we want to post them. So the world needs to see you loving your kids.
No doubt. So thank you again, DJ Duro.
Of course,
the
man.
homie.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Anytime, man. Until next time, y'all. Listen now.
Yo, what's up, y'all? We back here for another episode of Fatherhood Fraternity.
Yeah.
This is DJ Duro, a.k.a. your favorite. I have with me.
Hey, Norm Strick, a.k.a. Norm Strick. I ain't nobody.
Jeremiah on the microphone.
So we are back for another installment of the Fatherhood Fraternity podcast where we discuss things that guys go through as fathers, men, husbands, brothers, cousins, anything that we are, we want to discuss it. And we're just taking the time to have our barbershop talk, fellas sitting around, have our discussions, and recording it for you all to be involved with it. So make sure you follow us on IG for the updates. If you have pictures, if you're a father, if you know a father, or even if you're a father figure, if you have pictures with you and some kids, send them to us so we can make sure we show off how much we love our community.
Right.
It's important. You know what I'm saying? I think it's something that needs to be seen more because there's so many things that go on that don't show the positive side of us. We got to show that. We got to be our own media.
Right.
So, what y'all been up to, Norm? What you been up to this past weekend?
Man, this weekend was a beautiful time, wedding weekend. So a lot of my people from Cleveland came down, showed them a good time in Columbus. Went to the wedding and just had a good time. Celebrated Black love. So shout out to my boy Crump and Ayana. Congratulations on the wedding and blessings to y'all. So beautiful time.
Weddings are cool when you're already married.
Yeah.
Like you can't really go to too many weddings if you ain't about to pop the question, or you can't take the
Right.
same chick to a wedding if you're not about to ask her for, because she's gonna go through all those emotions each time.
Yeah, every time. Because weddings it's an emotional time.
Yes.
It brings kind of love back.
Yep.
Like revitalizes love again. And it's also for me, for a married man, it's a party. Like that's when I like to kick it at the wedding. So, it was a good time.
It's a safe place to kick it.
Yeah, right.
It's a safe place.
Right.
It ain't no club. Nothing like that.
You with your woman. Yeah.
Wobble all you want.
Unless somebody auntie wobbling too close, then you got some issues.
If it's an auntie, you can almost get it past. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the drunk auntie. Everybody got one of them.
We already know. Yeah, we already know what auntie gonna do.
But you just got no single fellas. If you listen, then don't take the same girl to too many weddings for a season if you ain't about to pop that question, because that's a no-no. Especially, or even if your girl is in too many weddings.
Mm-hmm. That best friend that's in a lot of weddings.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Because she getting ideas. Yeah, she's thinking about it. What she want hers to look like. How she want her people dressed to look like. Yeah,
when you gonna pop the question,
right, yeah.
Why you ain't catch the garter belt?
Garter belt?
Yeah, you ain't catching the garter.
That's
Play basketball every day. Slam dunk.
That's a discussion immediately.
Right. You watch football every Sunday, every Saturday. You want to catch that? Yeah.
Catch that game.
Right. Catch everything but the garter belt. Something else, boy.
What you up to, Jay?
Well, you know what, man? I just got back from I went to Maryland. I went to Hagerstown, Maryland, man.
You
My
drove
niece.
or you flew?
We drove. We all piled up in the
That's
car
my
and
second
drove.
home right there, D.C., Maryland.
I love it out
Yeah,
there, man.
love
I
it.
love it out there.
Shout out to my
But,
D.C. people.
Yeah, my niece had her quinceañera. She turned 15.
You got a Spanish niece, Latina?
I got a Puerto Rican side.
Okay. Hey, if you see Jay, you wouldn't guess that.
Yeah, my sister-in-law is full blood Puerto Rican, from Puerto Rico. She does not play. She had family come from PR, family from Philly. Everybody came from miles around. This is a big deal for them.
Oh yeah.
So their culture, 15th birthday, that's when a young lady becomes a woman. And they showed up and we showed out, man. We had a good time. All the fellas was in the back huddled around somebody's cell phone watching the Buckeye game. Then we all broke down and packed up and bounced and caught the fight. I don't know if y'all seen that Canelo Triple G fight.
Yeah, we was we went to Avalon actually.
Damn, it was good.
Yeah, we went to Avalon. I took my people to Avalon.
I'm talking about blow for blow, punch for punch. It was a draw in my opinion, but they gave the nod to Canelo.
Yeah, it was a draw again. I think it's gonna be a round 3. It gotta be a round 3.
It's gotta be a 3. If they fight Cinco de Mayo, that'll be the biggest thing going.
Ooh,
that's a good idea. That'll give
Money.
them time.
Money, right? Let's get our promotion going, Jay.
So how did that go?
But the Cinco de Mayo was great, man.
Quinceañera.
I mean,
Quinceañera.
I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry.
No hablo español.
I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry. But the quinceañera was great because I've been with my wife for a while, and so when we first started dating, like I think I was with her for maybe about 4 months, and my niece was born, and so I saw her from day one. Like we went to the hospital the day she was born, day one, and to see her now, I almost got moved to tears, man, because it was a real celebration. She came out with a beautiful gown. She danced with her father. It was just a very, very intimate moment, man. And it kind of grew me up to not to get too deep, but I felt like I grew up while I was there. I was Uncle Jay, you know what I mean? And so all my nieces and nephews were around, my children were there, and just family all together. You know, it was a beautiful occasion.
Sounds beautiful, man. Family time.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And when you see kids that you like watch since they've been
Since birth.
and then you see like they in their late teens.
Can make you feel old. That's what it really
What?
She babysit my kids now. Ain't that a thing? She used to babysit her, now she babysit ours.
That shows when you do people good, they'll do you good.
Right.
They're gonna take care of your kids the same way you took care of them.
Train them up in the way they should go, right?
I have a pretty quick funny story about my weekend. So I just posted about this on my IG. So over Friday, Cat Williams got into it with Wanda on V103. So Cat Williams, I follow.
Because Cat Williams, his name just make me laugh, man. I love Cat Williams. Go ahead, man.
So I follow V103, the radio station on YouTube, and that, like when I looked on YouTube Friday, that interview was the first thing that popped up. So it was like Cat Williams takes shots at Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart. I'm like, oh, this is about to be something real quick.
Yeah.
Like, let me watch this. It's a 20-minute interview. I got nothing to do. I'm at lunch. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to listen to this right now. So, of course, the Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Hart stuff, that was cool. But the funny part was when he fried, roasted, burnt, killed everything. The lady who's part of V103.
That's my Maryland people say Joan and all.
Yes,
Ooh,
like that was like a good old school battle. I mean, on his side, you know what I'm saying. But he lit her up.
No, I ain't seen nobody get roasted like that in a long
See, I haven't seen the interview. Man.
Oh,
God.
bro, I should have let you see it before we started. But like to get to the story, I recorded part of the YouTube video that's been circulating across the America. Like I recorded, they had the video as 20 minutes. I recorded 2 minutes and 20 seconds and posted it on Twitter. That tweet has had 4.6 million views as of today.
And this is the one he did. He edited.
The one that I did.
And I saw it. I was like, yo, where is this?
Different publications and everywhere has this same clip that I posted. And because of that clip, it went viral.
Wow.
That's crazy.
And see, Daryl, what we need, once we get up and running and get our funds right, we need to be able to just play the clip, you know what I mean? Just run the tape. I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
Man, it's
I got
funny,
it for
man.
you, but we're gonna have to you have to run it back.
It was funny. Like, I was in tears.
It's like
man.
pure laugh jokes, like straight up, like
lunchroom.
Yeah, like your big brother just went off on you. He ain't seen you in a while. Like your big brother who came home from out of town had all the jokes ready for you. Like exactly. And then you didn't have nothing to come back on. She didn't have nothing to come back.
She was saying the craziest stuff. She was saying the corny stuff.
You can't crack a cat.
With your fake suit or something.
We're talking about his burn.
Man. He lit her up, so you have to watch it. So the second part of the story, it went viral. It became a big thing. Saturday night, her husband comes to the comedy show where he's going to be at, where she's going to be at, pulls a gun out on them and chase them. Because of these jokes, because of this video that I posted that went viral.
And he about to come for Daryl. He coming for Daryl next because he posted it. You the nigga that posted it?
Want to edit?
Oh yeah, you want to edit some
But
you
chop
it up,
I'll chop you up.
My Twitter has been going ham with comments for the past 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Because everybody's been like weak at how hard Cat Williams went towards him.
Every night I got to prove my love. Every night. I got to prove my love.
And this ain't gonna be the question of the day. I just got a quick question. If that was your wife and she went at Cat Williams and Cat Williams roasted her and went viral, how would you react? Would you come with the strap?
Or would you be honest? You want me to be honest?
Yes.
I'm mad at my wife.
Right.
Get on there. What is your problem?
That's what I was saying.
Oh man,
What was you thinking?
We fighting in the car.
No, what was you thinking? Trying to go against Cat
Going
Williams?
up against a comedian. That's Cat Williams.
Motherfucking greatness.
You is Wendy Williams. Better sit down.
Hey, I'll be mad as hell too.
And then I'm gonna go see Cat Williams. And I'm gonna apologize
Right.
on behalf of my family.
And matter of fact, I'm gonna watch this show too. Like, look, that's what happened.
Yep.
You want to go and act all crazy? We gonna go watch this show too.
Apologize to that man.
Hey,
Mr. Cat Williams.
Tim Crockett.
I just want to see how y'all would react to that.
Dude, I would go off on her like, what was you thinking?
Yeah.
That's like my wife trying to fight a grown ass man. Like, why would you be trying to? Now I gotta fight.
You gonna run up on a pimp.
And it's like, and the thing is, like, I'm all for women's rights and respecting our black women, but she egged this whole thing on. So I'm going to send you the link so you can watch it. She like escalated
started
this
off
throughout the whole conversation. The 20-minute interview, she escalated all the way to this point where he just took her off, like just.
Play with fire.
This what happened. This is when she got burnt. When she said, "Oh, you got a perm?" He was like, "No, baby, my hair is 19 inches long, all natural, no perm."
Yeah. You kind of sound like
Hey, right. He said,
He was like, come run. He's like, why don't you come run one of your gnarled fingers through
He said, "Hey Jay," he said, "Does that headphones come attached with the wig?"
She had headphones on.
He said, "Does that
Don't
headphones?"
tell me no more,
just
man.
gotta-
Y'all,
You
I
just,
need to see it. I need
you
to
just
see
gotta
it.
see it.
I gotta see it.
But that's made my weekend. Like my weekend's been like I've been watching that clip. I probably watched it 100,000 times. My damn self.
I watched it every day since it came out.
That's just something I wanted to share because this had me weak. Speaking of questions of the day, we have our barbershop talk that we always have, and Jay has a question that has been discussed
Oh yes, sir.
in the barbershop, and we're gonna touch on it real quick. So, what's the question?
This is real. This is real, brothers. I want y'all to listen close. Get close to your radio.
Turn your radio up. Turn your radio up.
And it's really not even deep. Like last week, I think Crash was kind of deep.
Oh yeah.
What would you do, right? But this is more straightforward. When do you know that it's time to settle down?
So you talking about marriage, or you talking about like just like being? I don't want to be a player no more.
Really,
Let's say
really,
marriage. Let's say marriage.
it's all of the above. Because I think once you put down your player card, you pick up your husband card, your father
You
card,
should.
right?
You should.
When
Yeah,
do
you
you
should.
mature and get ready? Is it a certain status that you're trying to reach?
Right.
Is it a certain amount of money that you're trying to attain? Is it a certain number of women that you would like to be with? When are you ready to settle down and become a father, a husband? When are you ready?
That's usually something that people would say like, I need more money. I need to get this out of my system.
Travel.
Yeah.
Need to
I
get
need
this
to,
out of my system.
I need to do
right?
a few more things before I settle down because I don't want to be just stuck and be thinking about like, and that's not a good way to have a thought process for.
You're right.
That's
That's gonna have you self-destructive.
that's settling down and it's like settling for somebody.
Right.
Like,
Say that. That's real.
yeah, because you're not just settling down, you're selling for somebody to just live with.
Yeah.
I want to have somebody, I have somebody that has escalated me, not somebody that I just, okay.
Just settle for like
I'm
I ain't
chilling.
got nobody else.
Like, you have
Might
to
as
think
well.
of, you should think of marriage as the next step up
Right.
of
And most
me
people don't.
being a better person because
They-
your business gets better, your finances get better, you get better, you look better towards anybody if you're a settled married man because you have a whole thought process,
Right.
and that's where I don't know if everybody thinks that way because I know everybody doesn't think that way.
Don't.
It's a lot of people that doesn't think that way. There's a lot of people that get married and you know what I mean, and still want to be the playboy. Like, what? I don't know what's the point.
The best of both worlds. And that's, you said it. People think that marriage is like a step back from fun,
Right.
a step back from life. But really it's a step up. I know so many people that says that, man, it's going to be the last woman that I'm going to be with for the rest. And that's not how you think. That's not how I thought
That's
about it.
thinking negative,
This
man.
the only woman I'm going to be with. No, this is my woman.
This
This
is
is
the
my
woman.
woman.
This is
you
the
know what I'm
woman.
saying?
Yeah.
This ain't the old ball and chain. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? How people,
yeah.
this is my old lady. This is
This
my
is
old
my
ball
old
and
lady.
chain. Like
Old lady,
That
man.
rhetoric
This your partner.
is dumb. Yeah,
This your partner in
This your
crime.
better half.
This
Right.
is my wife.
And so
This is
there's
my wife.
There's people in the barbershop. I'm gonna use my man Clay as an example because Clay is happily married, right? I think Clay was courting his wife for less than a year. But in that whole time period, he knew. He knew. He talks to me and tells me, he was like, man, I just knew. I knew what I wanted. She knew what she wanted. And we knew we wanted each other. We knew. We couldn't wait to get married. And that's what I'm saying. Most people question, second guess, and then talk themselves out of. Once the engagement starts, man, so you mean I got to deal with this for the rest of my life? Talk yourself out of it. Versus being optimistic about the next level.
Yeah.
And so, for me and my wife, and this is funny, but we dated for 7 years before we got married. We had a child. My son was the ring bearer at the wedding and everything. It was crazy like that. But the whole time, you couldn't tell us that we weren't married. We knew. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt, like, that's my woman right there. And she said the same thing about me. It get kind of corny at times when we talk, but she tell me the cliche. I knew from the first time I saw you. From the first moment we met. I met my wife in teen church.
That's dope,
You know what I mean?
That's
and so
dope.
we exactly complimented each other. In teen church, when they would ask her to read a Bible scripture, she's nervous, shy. She don't want to read in front of people.
Yep.
And I would always take her place, and I read. I go first. Nisi can go second. I'll go first. And then I'll read with confidence and then pass it right to her. We make an excellent team. Her strengths are my weaknesses, and my weaknesses are her strengths.
That's exactly how marriage is, though.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what
And
you
so
mean.
it's like that.
Yeah.
And so for me, I feel like you never know. There's never a set time where it's like, you know what, now I'm ready to get married.
Right.
Now I'm ready to settle down. Now I'm ready to give the world up. You never ready.
Yeah, and those are perfect points because for me, like, I was still kind of in my Playboy stage. So when I met my wife, I was still like kind of kicking it.
Right.
And I'll never forget, she was graduating from Ohio State like a month and a half later. So I courted her for like 6 weeks. That's all it was for me, 6 weeks. I knew. I said, man, this woman right here is amazing. You know, and it wasn't nothing sexual. It was just like we spent so much time together in 6 weeks. I was like, I'm digging this girl. And then she graduated. She moved back to Maryland, D.C., and we went a year apart. And I was like, man, that was like the toughest year.
You,
oh, it was killing me. Eating me up.
Yeah.
I used to fly out to her.
I know. I
would
remember.
say,
I remember you coming in getting your haircut. Like,
get my haircut.
Go to DC.
Get DC,
Yeah.
Y'all want to talk about flying girls out? Y'all can keep flying them chicks out. I'll fly my woman out back here. And we spent a lot of time together. And that's when I realized when I said, hey, I want to move out there. She was like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't want to keep doing this year away thing or living apart thing. Once I moved to Maryland, I knew. I wasn't going to move. I've never lived anywhere besides Cleveland and Columbus. Mm-hmm. I was moving on the east side, away from family and everything. I knew I wanted her. I knew she was going to be my wife. And courting her, I knew, like, all right, I really like this girl. But that year apart, that showed me as a man how mature I can be to really be focused on this one woman and just go back and see her. I spend whatever money I need to see her.
Do whatever
it takes to see her. And that's when I knew when I moved, it was a wrap. We was getting married. There's no doubt in my mind.
I think that what I'm getting from this and just from experiences, from hearing people about it, it takes a whole man to be ready to know when to take on the next step. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are looking for somebody to complete them. Yeah. I want somebody that's going to be my helper. Mm-hmm. Somebody that's going to be complete also or somewhat complete.
Right.
And we can get to whatever the next step of our completeness.
Right.
When I spoke about interdependency, you have to be dependent first. You got to be dependent on yourself first. You have to be, independent first. Mm-hmm. So you have to be independent on your own. You have to know what you need.
You have to be whole as a person, both of you.
Yes.
You can't expect her to fulfill you.
Your mind has to be right. Not saying that you have to go without needing somebody, because they're going to help you where you fall. They're going to be the plus to your minuses. But you have to have your mind. Your mind has to be in a place where it's whole. And you can go to the next stop. Because if you're searching, men or women, looking for somebody to be that one thing that you have,
that's too much pressure.
You're going to miss out on all that blessing. Because with my wife, I wasn't planning when I was with her to marry her immediately. Like, it was just somebody that I really was compatible with.
Want to be with her every day.
Yeah, it's like I use the thing like when your wife gets on your nerves, but you don't want her to get on nobody else's nerves.
Nobody
Like,
else's
that's where you know, like that's like nah, that's just me. This
Right.
she gonna get on my
Right,
nerves.
my nerves.
This
It's my
mine.
woman.
You know what I'm
Maybe
saying?
my problem.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. And she is not only my problem, she's my solution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like once you see that, Common says it best. It don't take all day to recognize the sunshine.
Right.
So there's no time limit. There's no time frame. I can't tell somebody when. I can see that it ain't ready for some people. I can tell when some people ain't ready because you can just look and know.
They're not
Right.
complete.
But there's also people that can look and know for sure that that's it.
Exactly.
That was me. I knew. I mean, and not for me. I feel like my maturity level was always, I feel like a little bit more advanced. I used to always get that old man kind of talk, or that I have this old man soul, or just calling me old man Norm, Papa Norm, stuff like that has been with me for years. But it just, my maturity allows me to kind of see certain things and just visualize certain things that I wanted at a young age.
You knew yourself.
I knew myself, yeah. I knew, and the thing is, I'm still just now getting really, really comfortable with myself. It took years for that. Mm-hmm. But you shouldn't look for this other person to complete you. You have to be, like Daryl was saying, you have to be whole as two individuals before you become one. Two half
Equally
people,
yoked.
yeah, equally.
And once you see it, you know it. And you however long it takes for you to figure it out, it's already there in front of your face for the most part.
It took us 7 years to get married, but man, I feel like we had 7 years under our belt by the time we got married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why do you think that a lot of us men don't think the same way that we have thought? What do you think is missing? Do you think that, like, what can we do or what can we say about the guys who don't ever grow up?
What it is now is that in this world that we live in, you don't have to. It's kind of better to stay a child. It's better to just be selfish, have your own. I got mine, you get yours.
Yeah.
You can be with as many women as you want.
That is easy.
And there's no consequence. You don't even have to have children. The thing that we're doing is like, it's
Old school,
old. You know what I mean? This is like an old traditional way of the one man, one woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nowadays, it's not like that. Nowadays, the whole spectrum is different. You don't have to. You don't need children. You don't need a wife.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can really go through life alone. It's women that don't need a man. They fix their own car, pay for their own bills, buy their own groceries. They, live their own life, raise their own child. You don't need a family structure anymore.
You're right.
Well, I think a lot of it is, I say young black men don't have that father figure to help them with that or show them how it is. So, like, for me, I seen my father loving my mom, loving a woman.
Right.
So that was like, oh, is this how it is? Y'all have fun? You know what I mean? Y'all still have the family. We still get to go do stuff. I was like, that's what I want. I want this type of love and this type of family. So for me, having my father in my life allowed me to see what I wanted. You know what I mean? Because it may be like you're saying, Jay, you don't need a wife, you don't need kids, but some people didn't have their fathers to show them, like, hey, this is what it's like.
Damn, that's me. When I grew up, it was me and my mother. My mother was in the Army. We moved everywhere. My mom had money. We were never starving.
Yep.
Bills was paid, doctor bills. If I cough, she'd take me to the hospital free of charge.
Yep.
So my mother had everything down. But the only thing that she was missing was that family structure in the household. So once I got 16, 17, it was hard to control me. My mother didn't know what she couldn't handle anything past nurturing a child. She couldn't discipline me the way that my father could. She sent me to live with my dad when I was 16, changed my whole life. My whole life I'm thinking it's this way, and then I move with my father and I'm saying, oh, it's that way.
Right.
That's what a man is supposed to look like. This is how it's supposed to go. That's why I was ready to be married.
Yeah.
I got married at 26, but I felt like I had been married since I was 20, 19, 20.
Yep.
Because I was so mature. With me, the only place that I never lived with, I never had roommates or anything like that. My first apartment was with me and my wife. And we had it set up. Man, our house was so nice.
Yeah.
We had pot holders and just little knickknacks.
Something niggas don't think about.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
That's when you got a woman, though.
Yeah, we had we had steak knives, butter knives, and then we got little ginsus to chop up vegetables, cutting boards. I was so proud of us.
Yeah.
Like, damn, look, we have a household.
Yeah.
We got the electrical outlet. plugs for the babies.
Yep.
We got everything situated, and I was still to this day,
man.
I'm proud of how my family operates.
Yeah.
We just got back from Maryland. My kids know how to conduct themselves. I'm proud of my family, man. I wish my family was here. I'd tell them right now. Move. Like, I'm so proud of how we look. I'm so proud of what we doing.
Y'all was a unit.
For real.
Yeah. Solid colors.
That's dope. And that is a good question to bring to this podcast. And I hope that you all who are listening will be able to chime in, let us know your thoughts, because this is a real topic. This is something that I think that sometimes can break down our community, that if we don't want to be a community, how are we going to build as community? If we don't have a family structure, how are we supposed to build a community?
Yep.
And then how are we supposed to be better and rise above and have our own Black Wall Street if we can't even do that within ourselves?
Say that.
One thing I'm thinking about too, when it comes to like why you say there, like why some people or some men are not the same when it comes to the thought process. I think it's a lot of our relationships, our friendships. You know what I mean? If you don't have anybody to hold you accountable, if you don't got friends that saying, hey man, listen, if you ready to get serious, man, you out here still acting a fool. If your friends are not telling you that, you're going to keep going down this wrong path. You know what I mean? And there's certain things that you may have to stay away from. You know what I mean? Like for me, like I said, I don't go out much no more because there's nothing out there for me. You know what I mean? I go support Daryl because he DJs. I'll go support what he does.
And my invest is going to be good enough for you and your wife.
Right.
Anything I'm going to do is going to be cool enough for you to bring your kick it with, like your wife or whatever. I'm not going to have too many extra stuff in mind.
Exactly. And for me, I know myself. I know how I used to be. And when I got married, it was like, not that I hit the switch. I just hit the switch. Hey. But
as he turns up.
Right, as I turn up. But yeah, it was just some things I just knew that I needed to change mentally. And that's where it starts mentally. So I don't put myself in a situation where I know I can be deceived or I could fall trapped or something. So I don't try to go out as much. You know, I don't drink a lot when I go out. So I know my weaknesses. So I just stay my ass at home and chill with my woman.
That's smart.
You know what I mean?
Can't be mad at that.
That's your strength, right?
Yeah, that's my strength. She's my strength, and she gives me all my hero powers. So, you know, I try to not to stay at home, to stay away from friends or people. And I mean, not to say I can't do stuff or she won't allow me to do stuff. I remember somebody told me, it was like, man, your woman don't let you go out? It's like, I can go out whenever I want.
Was that somebody who wasn't married?
Of course it was.
At the time, probably, yeah.
Yeah,
At the time,
it's not
yeah.
even
It always
this
is.
is a whole nother topic. It's a matter of respect.
Right.
Because of course you can wild out.
Yeah.
But do you respect your family enough to be around and be seen? Like
Right.
that's a childish thing that we have been told in the media to say to our friends who are married and who are taking care of their family. Oh, you ain't allowed to. Like, bruh, I would tell anybody who's married, like, yo, check with your wife before you do this. Like, make
And
sure
that's okay to do
like,
that.
just make sure, because you will want the same respect to come back
It's
to you.
respect.
Like, yo, just let me know what's going on. I want to know where my family's at.
Right.
That's the respectful way
Yeah.
of living.
Yeah.
And I hope that we can be models to people, not just mentors. Hope that we can be models to our friends, to like, yo, this is how it should be done
How it's supposed to look.
in some type of way. Make sure you hit us up, Fatherhood Fraternity, on IG. Make sure if you're listening to us on iTunes that you leave some reviews, comments. Leave your comments on these questions. We want to know your feedback. Follow us individually and collectively. Come to our Facebook group, Fatherhood Fraternity. We have questions every week, but we want to make sure that you all get involved with these conversations. So, to not delay any further, let's get into our topic for today. It kind of goes along with what our last week's topic was. Last week was being the head of the household. When you're the head of the household, we spoke about how you are supposed to lead with love, correct?
Yep.
So like a real leader shows love, a real leader shows, like, leads you to peace and all these other things. And we express our love. We spoke about how we express our love and how we would like to have it expressed to us. So I wanted to speak about the nonverbals of love, the actions of our loves. So, and I'll lead this question and start off with Jay. How do you express your love, or how do you say I love you to your family without actually saying it? Like, what are things that you do that shows that you love them?
We have a lot of things that we do as far as activities, but I think the key is expression of love. That's what I'm taking from this. And for me, cooking is really how I put on for my family and show off for my family. Man, when I'm on the grill,
love it.
like it's such a heavy feeling of pride that's on my chest. You couldn't stop me from nothing when I'm on the grill.
Hey,
I'm
sweat towel,
I'm super
everything. He
duper
ready, yeah.
right? And so I feel like on a perfect Sunday afternoon, I'm on the grill. My wife is in the kitchen preparing sides. The kids are helping her prep. My son is dicing vegetables. My daughter's setting the table. Food will be done in a minute. The grill is hot still. If y'all want something else, we can throw it on there. And that's always like the perfect. That's heaven for me, man. I'm on the grill. My wife is on the stove, and the kids is at the kitchen table, prepping the meal. I think that's my personal way of showing love to my family is through food, cooking, preparing the food, blessing the food, eating, and then we all clean the kitchen up. You know what I mean? And then we all sit down, watch a movie, and rest and relax and sleep on the couch. That's like a perfect day, a perfect life, in my opinion. Man.
I can't wait till I get that.
Yeah, cook with your family, bless the food. Let the children bless the food. Let everybody go around the table and say what they're thankful for, and then let's dig in and eat, and then let us break down and clean up together, work together. That's, in my opinion,
that's a family right there.
That's dope. I can picture.
Yeah, I see that. I literally was thinking about that. Jay was explaining it, and I was imagining him and the family doing every single piece of what he said.
I don't say nothing.
Right.
If you think about those moments in your life, Christmas, Halloween. I'm not Halloween. What?
Hey, it's only because I told her never go.
I'm tired, man. I was working all day.
Hey, what Martin say? It was a dark and stormy night. Whoa, it's gotta be a dark and stormy night. Oh, it gotta be a dark and stormy night.
But no, like Christmas and Thanksgiving, that's what you remember most, is the family getting together, the food, sitting around the table. My family, I don't know about yours, but we all go around and say what we thankful for, and everybody talk till the food get cold. But that's always what I remember most, is us around the table with food. You seen the movie Soul Food? That was the moral of the story. It's family coming together, putting all your drama aside, and let's just eat and nourish our bodies, and let's be together and love each other. And so I think that if more families even sat at the table and had dinner together.
Turn the TV off. Sit at the table.
Just sit down and enjoy each other. Even if you eating pizza from out the box, like, man, just sit at the table with each other, fellowship.
Make some eye contact.
Yeah. And so I think that more families should sit down at the table and have meals. More fathers should prepare the meals.
The dope thing about being a father and cooking is still you're providing. You're providing for your family. You're taking care of your family. You're caring about their nutrition. You're putting a little seasoning in it. You're dropping a new recipe. Like, everybody has their own little seasoning combos that they do for their chicken or whatever your meal is, and that's your thing. That's what you want your family to remember. Like, oh yeah, whenever we about to go to a cookout, I make my pasta salad. So like, my pasta salad got all my little ingredients. So I got a little bit of everything that I do. And that's something that I want to be my signature. I want to have
love.
Love
is your signature.
Exactly. And that's something that how I express. I'm the cook for my family. So when I get home, I'm cooking, or if I know I'm about to be gone, I'll cook stuff that they can just reheat or cook up. It's just part of how I show, like, I don't want you to have to worry about nothing when I'm not here.
That's provision.
And that's how I care, and that's how I love. Of course, at first I was like, "Dang, can you cook?"
Can you cook
but she does. But that's not what her thing is. Not to down my wife or anything, but I love to cook. She didn't have to cook.
That's your strength, though.
You know what I'm saying?
It is for me too.
And that's where we made her. Like, that's not something I'm about to argue about. I'm gonna just get in there and get this food whipped together. And
ain't nobody arguing over no good food.
Nah,
and see, I had to learn that because my wife is a way better cook than me.
For real?
She cook with all four eyes hot. And everything just cooking at the same time.
That's what I'm talking about.
I cook one at a time. I gotta make the rice. That's why I say I'm on the grill. I gotta make the rice. I gotta make the beans.
You gotta know the timing.
You gotta know what cooked the longest. Start that first.
Me and my wife been together so long, she's always did the cooking. And so only until recently did I come into my maturity that I start cooking. Once we got the grill, honestly, once we got our grill, then now I know what to do with the grill. And so then I start seeing how the family reacts differently. When I'm on the grill, everybody's engaged with cooking. Everybody wants to know, Dad, is the food ready? What you cooking? What's going on? They want to see me light the fire. They want to be a part of that. Then, because I'm on the grill and I can't do more than one thing at once, my wife is in there preparing. She'll mash the potatoes. So my son wants to peel, my daughter wants to mash. You know what I mean? And now everybody's engaged, all because I'm assuming my role in the household. It's so much easier to just sit on the couch and watch the game while they cooking in the kitchen. But damn, to get involved, that brings everybody together. I want to kick one story real quick.
Yo, you good?
I talked to my good friend Carnell Willoughby, whom is a chef.
Willoughby Soul.
Willoughby Soul. Shout out, much love to that brother.
Right.
But he was telling me
he got to be on the show. Sorry,
he's
going to be on the show.
He has to
soon.
He was telling me how cooking is like his thing. Like love that's his expression of love. Yeah. And so he said if his heart ain't in it, he will not cook. He'll have to stop, regroup, pray, or something. He will not just throw something together. Every dish that he cooked, love is in there. Time, effort is put in it. Soul is put in there, right? And I took that and ran with it. If I'm coming home and I'm just going to slap something together for the kid, even if we going out and we just going to grab something real quick. Wait a minute. Are y'all hungry? Yeah. What y'all want to eat? All right, well, let's go here. I'm not just going to run and just grab anything. Right. Even if it's quick, in a hurry, we're going to stop and pull over and eat. We're not just going to eat in the car while I'm driving with my knee on the steering wheel. We're not doing that. Food is very important, and I'm understanding that as I get older. That time that y'all eat is very precious. Me standing up in the kitchen slamming while my kids is in their room eating and my wife is in the living room, we can't do that. Right. As people, though, we cannot do that. As family, we can't do that. You have to come together. Eating is so precious, man.
I heard this old lady say something. I don't even think she was related to me. I just remember hearing it one time. Like somebody was making food, maybe at like some hood store, some hood restaurant or whatever, some fried and some chicken, but they were upset. She's like, I don't want no bad food. I don't want no bad food. No, I heard that. She was like, I don't want nothing that person's cooking.
That's going to you. It's real like that, man. That's what kosher. Cooking is. That's how they slaughter the animals. It's really like a spiritual ritual that they do. You can't just kill anything and eat it. It's a certain way that everything has to die, be cooked, be prepared. It's cooking is godly.
And that's one thing that we can easily overlook. We can overlook dinner time. We can overlook the snacks we provide for our kids.
Breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast.
Oh my God.
And it's something that I think that we can show our love in the way you said last time, wake up early, make breakfast for the family.
That's the best.
That's an expression of love. And that will start the day off right.
Hey, a Saturday and a Sunday with breakfast?
Yes.
That'll get you some cutty.
Easily. You want the good graces. That'll get you the good graces.
Yeah.
Even if it's something simple as a bowl of cereal. But if your wife know that you went in there and put that, you wash the bowl, rinse the bowl, washed it, put the cereal in there, milk, maybe dice up some fruit, whatever it is that she wants, some toast. You can burn some toast real quick.
Right.
But if you go in there and prepare something for your wife and then provide her, man, you win.
What's y'all special dish? What's y'all one thing that y'all do?
Go ahead, man.
Nah, man, you don't
you said more.
You'll have me talking to you. When I get on the grill, boy, I go, listen, I don't know if you got a Costco card. Go to Costco, they meat selection, whoever the butcher is, tip my hat to that brother, man. I go and get the little lamb chop, little lamb steaks. They like little baby T-bones, but they about 2 inches thick, prime cut. Oh my God, I marinate them for 2 or 3 days, throw it on the grill. I'll grill some corn, or I can fry the corn the way my auntie and my grandmother do. Right. I can fry the corn, or I can grill it. Maybe some potatoes. However I do them, mash. I throw them in the oven with some olive oil. I could do whatever with some potatoes. Baked sweet potatoes.
What?
Just give me anything.
We need to cook.
Right.
And then my best vegetable, probably some green beans. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love any type of green vegetable. I'll hook up some Brussels sprouts, caramelize some things.
Hold on.
Don't get me started.
Wait till you see the Cat Williams interview, because she said that her best dish was broccoli. And he grilled her for that. He was like, how can you mess up broccoli? My bad.
But you can't mess up broccoli. You can too long. You want your broccoli firm? Yeah, you can cook the nutrients right out of it.
Made me think about it.
The green vegetables should always be snappy. But yeah, just any green vegetable, any type of potato, anyway. My grilled lamb chops and some corn.
Okay.
With some Hawaiian rolls and maybe a Pepsi, maybe a sweet tea.
There you go. Hey, he got the meal. He did the meal right.
Because it all goes together, right?
It does.
Norm, what's your thing?
So I can fry the hell out of some chicken, man. I ain't gonna lie. My wife would say, "Listen, I want some fried chicken. Can you make some?" She would request me to make some fried chicken, boy. I can make some chicken.
All right.
I made my own barbecue sauce from scratch. Mashed potatoes. I gotta mash them up. Little sour cream, little garlic seasoning here and there. You know what I mean? I can do some mashed potatoes too, but fried chicken, I can make a dope ass chicken parmesan, which is really good too. Yeah. So I don't know. I can do a lot of different dishes. For real.
We talking about chicken. I'm gonna ask you a question, man. You a Clevelander?
Yeah.
A Clevelander? What is the red sauce, bro? What is that?
The red sauce?
Is that barbecue sauce?
Barbecue sauce. Yeah, sauce on everything.
What is it though?
Is it more
Sauce.
ketchup? Is it ketchup and vinegar?
Sauce.
Can you make it?
Not like Hot Sauce Williams or Kim's. Everybody got their own little flavor, but
right.
I made my own sauce. You know what I mean? That we like. DC got some dope ass sauce.
That
too.
mambo
sauce.
Yeah,
I still haven't tried
that was
that.
my next question.
I haven't tried that. Did you just bought sauce?
Came fresh off the car.
You supposed to come in with that,
Right?
Mumbo,
with the chicken and the mambo.
The mumbo sauce is like it's more sweet and sour than barbecue, but it's good.
Okay.
But yeah, I can make a little bit of everything for real. I made brunch is my favorite though.
Okay.
I made some cold ass French toast. You know what I mean?
Brunch give you the leeway to really
You can do anything.
Yeah,
switch,
do it all.
like
Yeah,
add a little bit of everything.
Matter of fact, we had brunch. I made brunch for my family. We had a family weekend. I made brunch on Sunday. Killed it. Fried potatoes, eggs, French toast. You know what I mean? Brioche bread only. I don't use that regular stuff.
You said brioche.
Yeah.
Brioche.
Yes, brioche. Yeah.
What aisle that shit? Is that by the
It's a loaf.
You gotta go to
It's
the
a loaf.
bakery.
Yeah.
And ask the baker. Hey, sir, you got that fresh brioche?
Man, I make my French toast with Schwabels or home fries.
Nah, you ain't even close to me, bro. You ain't even on my same level, dog. With that
Boy, you can't even step in my kitchen.
Boy, you gonna get on with that
Sweet
white bread.
Sweebles, French toast,
Man.
flimsy French toast having ass,
Man,
boy.
you supposed to stack them up like 3 of them.
Brioche, you only need 2. Thick slice.
All right, I'm gonna try that. DJ Daryl, what you whip up, man? What you do?
Like I was saying, my pasta salad is something that I have taken everywhere.
It's famous.
I try to add like some good mixed vegetables in there, and I like textures. So pasta with uniformly chopped vegetables like broccoli, tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes, a mixture of Italian dressing and the creamy Italian, just to
Black olive,
sometimes. I don't really like olives, but I know people do.
Cheese cubes.
Yeah, I do shredded for the most part.
Okay.
Because
You got a
do
cube.
Kobe Jack.
I like the cubes, but I have like cubed cucumbers in it. I have cubed sometimes pepperonis. So I don't want everything to be the same size. Sometimes you can switch it up a little bit.
Right.
But I feel you though. That's just one of the things I like to do. It's just I love pasta salad. I think you can make it vegetarian. You can add a little pepperoni to it.
Some shrimp in there for real.
Yeah, you can do whatever with it, and
Cucumbers.
it can fit in any season.
Mm-hmm.
When any potluck, dinner, family gathering, you can bring
Barbecue,
some of that and you straight. So the next question I was going to ask that kind of goes along with this is, how do your children receive love? Like, there's love languages. Sometimes they like gifts. Sometimes they like the affection. How do your children or how does your son receive love? What do you think works best?
So it's funny, Braxton is just like me. Like, he's a Taurus, and he receives love the same way, which is he likes, it's not necessarily compliments. So like he feels if he does something well, he likes to have that recognition. So that positive influence, that positive recognition, he likes that.
Affirmation.
The affirmation. If you don't give him affirmation, he feel like he didn't do something right, like it's not good enough. In which the way I give him love is with hugs, or come in his room and just play with him, have fun with him. My son, like I said before, he's in the trains. I'm talking about to the point now I'm actually taking pictures of the different tracks that he's building. Like he took his whole train track down from the table and put them on his floor now, and he rebuilds a different type of track every day. Like he's that creative where he dismantles the whole train tracks, rebuilds whatever way he likes it. But he gets so frustrated when he can't do something, like I am. If I can't do something, I get frustrated because I want to do so well. But for him, like even talking about my dad, I remember growing up, I talked about how my dad was the dad that would, hey, make number 3 go left. He can't go left. Instead of, hey, son, you did a great job today. And to this day, I still like that positive affirmation, and Braxton is like that.
Tell me what I did right first before you tear me down.
Before you tear me down. It's the sandwich, man. That's what me being a manager is. Positive, things you can work on, back with the positive.
That's how I am. It's like, if you're going to criticize me, give me a solution on how to be better.
Right.
Don't just criticize me, and don't just say I'm wrong.
Right.
Tell me what either I'm doing good or well, and then tell me how I can be better.
Before we get into these 5 F's, I got it.
Right. Hey,
please.
I'm going to tell you right now, Norman Jr., I can have all A's and I got a D one time. Oh my God. Boy, I had A's and B's and a D. How you get a D in such and such? You know what D stand for?
A dummy.
Yeah. That's exactly what he said. D is for dummy. Even though you got all these A's and B's, you got a D, you a dummy.
I bet you if your son ever bring a D home, you going to say this.
No, I'm not. I try not to do the same thing my dad does. My dad would do a lot of good things.
He gonna say it behind
dumbass.
Boy, get a D.
Damn D.
Right.
Damn dummy. Nah, I ain't gonna say it to him. I might say it behind closed doors.
You right.
That man, Norman Jr. boy, D is for dummy, and it was because my teacher didn't finish grading on my homework. My mom went up there and he was like, "Hey, listen, I know he been doing his homework. What's going on?" And he finally got to it, and it went up to a C plus. But I'm just saying,
you get in trouble for a C.
I get average, right?
You average.
Yeah, you average.
You average.
Yeah, man. So yeah, my son, he loves the affirmation like I do. I like to be told, good job. Even my wife knows that too, where I'll mention something like, "Dang, you don't even say nothing. I just got a fresh cut. You don't tell me I look nice."
Yeah,
like,
good,
and Braxton does that too. I didn't say I look handsome.
He probably watched you.
No, he do. He probably do. And that's the crazy thing. He does this, and I'll be like, "Dang, you ain't even." I remember one time we went to a little house function, and one of our friends was like, "No, you look good. Like you got that fresh cut." I was like, somebody noticed. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're all right. Thank you.
Have you read the book, Norm? 5 Love Languages?
We've got halfway through it, but I never finished it.
I encourage everybody to read that. Man.
Every married couple,
multiple times.
Yeah,
it makes
every
you think
married
about,
couple needs to read that book.
And beyond marriage, it makes you think about relationships with people.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different love language. One of those 5.
Yep.
I mean, of course, we all have a little bit of all of them.
Right.
But one in particular is yours, and then you'll have a secondary.
Yep.
And for me, I feel like my children is the same as mine, which is quality time. Quality time always matters to me. I always remember the times that were spent. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I remember, Daryl, I tell you this all the time, every time we talk. Like, the quality moments when we was at Dirty Frank's,
right,
and I'm with the kids, and
right,
you just happen to just walk through.
Yep.
I'll never forget that, the conversation we had. I'll never forget when we was on FFR radio. Me, you, Devin, Leon, Norm was there, and
Raven,
yeah.
Raven was there, and then Simone was there.
Yeah.
And we all were there talking about relationships. Those are quality moments.
Yeah.
Even this radio show. After we gone and ain't doing the radio show no more, I'm never gonna forget these conversations. Yeah. Quality moments are what I take from life the most. Those are the most precious moments. That's why cooking is my thing, because cooking is a quality moment.
We're here together.
Right.
Exactly. We don't need much entertainment. We are the entertainment. And so for my children, I notice that when I'm running around, they miss me. But when I'm there, they don't have a care in the world.
Right.
They'll forget about what's on TV. They'll forget about going to the movies because we laying on the floor wrestling or playing or whatever we doing. Even if it's something stupid like we just doing shadow puppets.
Yeah.
When the last time you did shadow puppets, bro?
That's quality
I
time.
haven't done that with my daughter yet. I gotta do that.
For real though. We
do
sit
that.
there with flashlights in the dark and make animals on the wall and dogs, and I can make
JB doing the ideal family stuff.
Damn.
Stuff that I don't even.
That's fun though.
I feel like that's the stuff that you did as a child.
Yeah.
You should do with your children.
Right.
Yep.
They need to know.
Right. And
They
so
need to
I
know.
make voices and make a thing on the wall with a different voice, and then my daughter will do a dog with a voice, and then the dog will talk to the goose, and then the Tyrannosaurus eat them all up, and we stupid.
Right.
But that's quality time.
Damn stupid.
Yeah, we ain't making noises, howling and stuff. We corny. But
that's
my
family
kids
time.
will never forget that. My
Right.
daughter, I'll give y'all one more. My daughter always likes to play card games. Like I said, we just got back off this road trip. First thing we ain't even left the east side of Columbus yet. First thing she want to do, we play the name game. You got to go all the way through the alphabet
Naming
with
the
girls' names. And then at the end of that, you go all the way through the alphabet with boys' names. You get 10 seconds. You can't think of a girl's name, you're out. You know what I mean? And so that's the best.
She's gonna be doing that until she has kids.
That's the best thing ever, though, because I didn't
She
know
gonna
my
remember
daughter
that.
was so smart. I'll make her go first. That way, she has to keep up with the order of the alphabet.
Right.
So she'll be like QRST. All right, we're on T, Dad. I need a name with T, and then she'll do the whole thing. She got X names, Z names. I can see her wheels turning.
Hey, man.
That's
And
crazy.
she loves that game. She wants to play that game if it's just us. If we're sitting outside on the bench, and I'm like, well, it's nice outside. Dad, can we play the name game? All right, you go
I guess
first.
so, yeah. Hey.
Quality moments.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my children's love languages are, I think, the same as mine. Those quality moments, you can't beat. Precious, man.
I didn't mean to skip over your answer for the first question.
Oh, no, it's cool.
I'll let you answer though. Like, what is a way that you show that you love your family without actually saying it? What is your way? I want to at least let you say it.
So mine is, I think it's just, it's kind of hard to say because I love to cook too, but I think it's just doing things around the house, especially for my wife, because she does not like doing dishes. She hates doing dishes. So for me,
That's good for you to
dishes.
know.
Yeah.
Because that could be her point where she gets mad all the time. You're like, damn, why you mad?
Right.
It could be the dishes.
Yes.
I just cooked. Now I gotta watch the dishes.
Right. No. That, if you're in a household where your woman cook and clean and you ain't helping out, you need to get your priorities together.
You losing.
Yeah, you losing. But for me, is I do the dishes for her because she hates doing dishes, or she always throw them in the dishwasher. I be trying to save money, so I be hand washing them. She don't like doing. She don't like folding clothes. She'll throw them in the washer and dryer. I'll fold clothes too. So for me, it's doing stuff around the house to show my family, like, look, I'm not a bum. I'm not just gonna sit here and let mommy do everything. Braxton, I have Braxton come and cook with me. Daddy, can I help? Yep, come on in, man. We can make some pancakes. Can you put chocolate chips in them? We sure can. Like stuff like that, just showing my family that I can take care of stuff. Repainting the downstairs, I did that. You know what I mean? Just little things around the house that I try to help my family with to let them know, like, look, it doesn't matter what your role is, you can help out everybody. So,
I gotta be more aware of stuff like that too, because I'm not gonna act like I'm the best husband, man, dad, or whatever. I do have to pay attention to those things. Like, there are times where, right when you're saying that, I'm like, damn, there are some clothes that need to be folded right now.
Right
that
now.
she's probably waiting for me to do that I could have did like last week, and I have to not wait for, like, oh, she was probably gonna do that. I can't even think like that. I have to really change myself and reprogram, better myself. It's just with anything, you see your areas of opportunity and you get better at it.
That's why I love this show. I leave from here and I go home and I'm the best.
Right.
And in about
so
2 weeks, it
motivated.
start wearing off.
Right.
And I'm
We back at it.
It's like payday.
Yeah.
It's like payday, man.
Yeah.
You be good when you get paid.
Yeah.
You buy what you want,
Yeah.
eat what you want. That last 2 days, you like, damn, man.
We ain't had breakfast
Right.
in a couple of days.
We
now,
still
man.
got some ramen noodles and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tuna fish or something.
So I definitely have to go home and be aware of those little things that I'm not doing.
What it is, go home and the things that you know, like Norm said, the things that you know she can't stand doing, do those things.
Yeah.
Start with that.
We don't got to do everything. You
Yeah,
can't come home
yeah.
and save the day every day.
Right,
Then
right.
she gonna think something up.
Right.
Like,
what you been doing? Right, what you doing?
Right. What's going on?
And let me check your phone. Who
But
you
just
been talking to?
the
You
stuff
so
that
happy.
The stuff that you know she doesn't like doing,
Yeah.
do those. And then vice versa, she should scratch your back as well.
And my wife is going out of town this weekend. She's going to her friends are going on a trip. Her friend's birthday is this weekend, so they go out of town.
Right.
So her thing is to make sure the house is completely clean.
Oh, yeah, before you go out of town? Oh, yeah.
So even
Same here.
even if I'm not going, she's going. The house has to be clean.
You want to
Oh,
come
yeah.
home to a
Yeah,
clean house.
exactly. So
That's how we was.
and that's where I have to make sure that this whole week,
Yeah.
even though I got stuff I got to do that for her.
Just get 1 room a day.
Yep.
Yep, there you go.
That's what
Being thoughtful, man. It's just being thoughtful. That's what marriage is about. If y'all don't know anything about marriage, marriage is about being thoughtful and also helping your wife or your husband.
Yeah.
So being considerate. And things that you know that they're weak at, be their strength. And, it's just thinking about that other person. It's not about yourself. When you marry, you're ready to stop being selfish. If you still want to be selfish, don't get married.
Nah.
Damn, that answers the question.
Selfless.
When you know you ready.
Yep.
When it ain't about you no
It ain't
more.
about you no more.
Yep.
Wow.
And even to answer this question on my end, because your answer was my answer, Jay, like cooking is my way, and trying to do stuff for my wife without her having to tell me to do it is another way for me to show that I love her. My way, in addition to those, I think it's something that I didn't really even pay attention to until my wife brought it up, is education. Like, if I'm hip to something or if I learn something, I want to educate her on that so we can be on the same level. Right. If there's something that I know that will better her, if I'm reading or researching something like, hey, you know that you can do this and blah, 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 blah. Did you know that this will help you do better at this? Or, you can read this or watch this video. This will give you some pointers on that. And it's not to be a know-it-all. I want us to know the same.
Yeah.
And education for my daughter, of course, it's going to benefit me, is to have her be as smart as possible. But I invest in her education by educational toys and what she's watching and what she's doing. And that's important to me. And that's how I know, in addition to the way that you guys saying that I love them, is by educating them on things I found out.
Yep.
I don't want to have to be the smartest person in my marriage. I don't want to have to be the only one who knows stuff. I don't want to be the only one who can do stuff. I think that the way I can make sure that we all elevate is my way of educating, whether it's finances, learning how to save better, how to get more money, use our resources to get more or to do more. I think that education shows my family that I care about us as a unit.
Yep. Yep.
We need resources.
Yep.
We can find resources and we can use these resources the right way. And I think that's something that you don't even think about all the time. But that is a way that you can show that you love somebody, is by educating them and giving them better resources and the best resources to get them along.
And my wife is like that too, because it's certain things that she knows and she tells me, and sometimes I'll be like, I don't really want to hear this right now, but like I remember she questioned me like, why don't you want to know stuff? like I was like, what you mean?
That's a deep conversation.
That was deep. It was deep.
Because she's been thinking about that for a while. She's probably
right. Yeah, because you know what? Because she's like my dad. I used to hate seeing the news when I came home. So she likes to watch CNN and know what's going on. I'm like, I want to see this shit. I want to see no damn Trump again. So I finally was like, let me just sit here and watch this with her. And it's something that is important to her. So why wouldn't I want to be interested in it too? So I sit down and I watch now in the morning. First thing I'll turn on CNN to see what's going on. Not because I want to see all the disastrous things that's going on in the world, just to educate myself on certain things.
On the same page.
Yeah, we on the same page.
Have a conversation about what y'all saw.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yes. Now we can talk.
That's team connection.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If she can't talk to you about stuff that she's interested in,
right.
What are you here for?
Yeah, I can't be the only one. She can't only just be interested in stuff that I like.
Right.
I had to be interested in stuff that she likes too.
Same thing happened to me, Norm. I remember when Hidden Colors first came out.
I still haven't watched that.
It's good.
I feel like I don't have a black card because I haven't watched that.
Very informative. But I go home and I'll sit down in front of the TV and I'm watching Hidden Colors. And my wife come in and she's like, what you watching? Hidden Colors. Real good, deep, black. And I explained it to her. I was like, this black man tell you historical, white man lying, all of this. And she was like, oh, okay. And then walked in the room. And I sat there and got mad, like, oh, I'm giving you all this knowledge and information and you don't walk out of it. Yeah. And that made me angry because of what I'm saying, quality time, but what we all saying, like, I wanted to share that knowledge and experience with my wife. I want to sit down and talk about it after we watch it. and she could care less. And I felt like how your wife felt like. How could you not want to know about the black man historically
and the struggle,
the diaspora
with the white
black
man doing life?
she don't even care. She's like, all right, well, I'm getting ready to cook, so you gonna be done with that by 9 o'clock. Cause Grey's Anatomy coming on.
Right. You better
You want to watch the white man?
Thursdays, you can get that, boy.
I really sat down and really felt the attitude. Like, you don't want to share this knowledge with me. Now she understands. Upon watching it, she said it like, man, I should have watched this a while ago. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. We know all about black history now. And that's really what I was into. That's what I am into. Yeah. And that's what it was black history. I want to sit down with my children and share that knowledge with them, right? I feel like that's what my job is as a provider. As a teacher, is to teach my family where they come from, where they going.
Yep.
So it's real like that.
I'm glad we was all able to connect on that. Because I think that once you elevate your family, you're being all on one accord and you look good as a unit.
Yep.
You can all sit at the table and eat and talk about what's been going on, educated, like with an educated conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that you need as a unit.
Yep.
And you have to be able to educate each other. You have to be open for education.
For my son to sit down and ask me questions about ancient Egypt, I'm all about that. You know what I mean? For him to talk to my daughter about black history and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and I can just sit back and watch them have a black history conversation.
That's amazing.
American history.
Education is quality time.
Right.
The way that you're explaining it, that is quality time, because not only are we learning, we're discussing, and we're building each other. Now that one thing that I always hated prior to dating my wife is if I went to church and a girl that I was dating didn't want to go to church with me or she didn't want to know what I was learning. Like that, it's like, how can we be equally yoked? Like if I'm learning this and this is going to make me a better person this week or this month because I've heard this message and I share it with you and you don't have any interest in it, then what are we? We're going in different directions.
That's so real.
Like, you have to be able to understand what I'm learning and changing into, and then if you don't, then what are we here for?
What are we here for?
How many girls did I turn off in high school because I wasn't interested in class, and they was looking for somebody that was interested in school,
right?
Was about their education.
You went to turn them tables,
and I'm over there trying to be
right.
cool. You know what I mean? I think about those things because there's so many. The type of women that I'm interested in now are educated, are thinking about the future,
right?
And those type of girls I wasn't attracting when I was young.
Right.
I was the fool in class, cutting up, sleep in class, and all of that. I probably look like a bum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially to some women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The ones that got their stuff together, right? The ones that got their stuff together. You know what I mean? Got the degrees and everything right now, doing good.
This is like really dope to think about. Like, it adds a perspective on our actions, and not to encourage us to not tell our family that we love them, because that's the first thing. We tell them, we express to our family we love them.
Communication is the key.
All the time, but there's other actions. Love is an action word. If you think of the way you love somebody and show the action of it and continue to show the love, that will make your relationships with everybody better. Don't just tell me that I'm your nigga. Show me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just tell your wife that you love her.
You gotta
show her,
man.
Show her with those actions.
I can't wait to get home.
Right.
Exactly.
I'll leave this show, man. Right?
Right. Hey, my son ain't home tonight either. Boy, we about to go home.
I'm about to show her some love.
It's about to be a damn date night.
What you doing? Oh, I'm just
running this bath water for you. What you say? You like baby oil and the lavender bomb, right?
Exactly.
You like the lavender bomb? Yep, I got you. Already got it in there.
On that note, we're going to close this show because this is. I mean, that's all we need to talk about. This action and love is a lesson that anybody can learn from. That we have learned from ourselves, hearing each other show love to our loved ones. So that's it. I have nothing more to add to this.
I wish we could have Ted Williams. That would be so good. Brought to you by
Matter of fact, we got that coming soon.
He will have us here for the next 40, 30 minutes if we brought him in here.
The city, taking places.
Hey, he came back up too. He came back up. What's today? Tuesday, he came back last week and was going back to the BMV. Stopped in here. Hey guys, I love you. Hey guys, you got. I love that dude, man. He's like cool.
These conversations really mean something to me when you can really just sit in front of black men and talk and be vulnerable and
talk about stuff that you'll never talk about.
Exactly. I'll talk about this one. I'm not tweeting this stuff.
No. And I can't wait till we have events in the future coming soon.
Yeah, we can just
fathers, black
sit,
fathers.
chat,
Yep.
all that stuff. We need this.
Remember you did the kickball,
Yep.
like family co-ed
All
kickball,
that stuff.
those type of events.
Yep.
Those type of events, man.
We got our lives to plan this. So, fellas, appreciate y'all coming today and talking about this and being receptive to talk about the love that you share with your family. I'm DJ Duro, aka your favorite. I have my brother here with me.
Norm Strick again. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter at Norm Strick. You'll see a lot of my family and my wife on there. So
Share that. Share
you'll
that
see a lot
as
of
much as
that's
possible.
who I am. I'm a family man. I love my wife. She's beautiful, and I show her off a lot. Can't no woman ever tell me they don't know about my wife. She
Right.
all over. I show her all the time. So.
Jay, where can they find you?
Yeah, I'm Jeremiah, man. I'm at the barbershop, 417 Agler Road.
Different Strokes Barbershop sponsors our question of the day. Like, make sure y'all come in here and just sit, talk to people in here, man. Have some fun with us. But until next time, appreciate y'all listening in, and we'll have another good topic next time. All right, y'all.